Trying to explain the backstory of UFC fighters to people who don't watch the UFC always just makes you sound insane. Because someone will be like, "Do you watch UFC?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Tell me about some of the big fighters." And I'll be like, "All right, well, there's this guy who is from the Czech Republic, but he thinks he's like a Japanese samurai. And then there's this other guy who grew up in New Zealand, but is like Nigerian, but he calls himself the Chinese Dragon. And then there's this Dutch guy from South Africa who like once or twice has called himself the King of Africa. Then there's like these whole bunch of guys who are like related probably, and they grew up in like the Caucasus Mountains and like caves. And then there's this other guy who grew up in Brazil, and I'm pretty sure up until he was like 12, he lived in like one of those like uncontacted tribes, and he's like literally like a Amazonian warrior. There's this Mongolian guy who I'm pretty sure is